Hello, it's me again. Just wanted to jazz up the old intro a bit, in case you're starting to get a bit pissed off. Yeah, so it's day 2 of meditation. We call this segment Meditation Corner. Well, am I more enlightened? No. That's the fucking bottom line. Not in one bit. Not that. I've got to say though, when I'm sitting in the meeting tonight, I'm thinking, well, he said to do 20 minutes. Perhaps if I do an hour, I'll get more enlightened quicker. Sure, that's not a fucking addict mentality. I know what I do. I do 6 hours of meditation, and I'll be like fucking what's his name, Hare Krishna. Harry something, just not Hare Krishna though. Yeah. So anyway, it's supposed to do 20 minutes. Cool. Tell you what, mate. If you ever want to know, don't know where I'm going with that. No. So I found out that the only thing I am aligned about, if anything, is I can't fucking sit still. Standard. I mean, he said do 20 minutes. So what you do is you set your stopwatch on your phone, it's 20 minutes, and it counts down to 0, obviously, and then it makes a little beep, and then you know you've finished your meditation, right? So, all the way through it, my mind's constantly trying to take me away from the mantra, right? Which is Om. Om. Om when you breathe out through your nose, and Om when you breathe in through your nose. You say it in your mind, not out loud. I find that a strange concept, no? Saying it in your mind, because no noise comes out in your mind, does it? So it's almost quite difficult to even feel it sometimes, and obviously my mind's going along at a ferocious rate. So constantly it's trying to drag me into fucking next week. What am I having for breakfast? What am I doing for work? What am I this, that, and the other? Fucking hell, it's all I can do to fucking keep my fucking eyes open, keep my eyes closed. So anyway, I persevered, and in the end though, I'm sitting like this, and when it gets unbearable, my mind's constantly now, it's overcome me basically. I've been overcome by my mind. I got my eyes closed like this, and then I sneakily what am I doing that for? I sneakily took a look at the corner of my eye to see how many minutes I'd left. That's obviously then when you've completely become overrun by your own brain. And I'd only managed 8 minutes. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. This is, it's not about perfection, is it? It's about trying your best to try and, to try and try new things. I'm not saying this is gonna progress and I'm gonna be, well, I was only joking this morning about making the bathroom mat fly and me flowing along like Aladdin to work. That was a joke, by the way. Sort of. I'm thinking another thing I was thinking, in the meeting tonight, I'm thinking, well, he said do 20 minutes. So, I'm supposed to be listening to the meeting, by the way, when I'm thinking this. I'm thinking, if I do 6 hours at once, does that mean that I'll get, more enlightened? Totally missing the point, am I? Totally missing the fucking point. The fact that you think you're more enlightened means you ain't, for a start. And the fact that you're in an AA meeting, I wouldn't mind. I started the meeting off. They asked me to do a reading out of the book. So I've done a reading out of the book, which was about resentments. And then when everyone else is feeding back to what I'd shared, I'm thinking about fucking flying the fucking bathroom mat to work in the morning. What is that about? Lucky I didn't share that. Fucking hell, can you imagine them feeding back on that? Yeah, well, we can't really identify because we don't normally think about flying our bathroom mat to work. Fucking hell. Jesus. Anyway, so I took a sneaky look at 8 minutes in, like that. Corner of my eye. Saw that it was 8 minutes and thought, oh no, I've given in now. I've been overcome. Totally overrun by my mind. Overwhelmed, overrun, and overcome. Anyway, so I carried on. Back to the mantra. Got another 5 minutes, which is a miracle, really, because at that point, I would have thought, oh, what's the fucking point? 12 minutes is better than nothing. Give it up completely as a loss, as an attempt. Do you know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. He didn't say to me, this guy, that you must do 20 minutes, otherwise you're going to go to hell. That's not what he said. He said, set it for 20 minutes. He said, every time a thought comes in and you can feel yourself in, he said, repeat the mantra, go to the mantra. And what I did find, right, was I'd done it for 5 minutes, and then I looked again at the corner of my other eye this time, you know, that eye. Why? Why did I look at the other corner this time? So I was like, well, that one's already had a sneaky look, so that's enough for that one. I'll have a sneaky look at this one. What is that about? Yeah, so then I was on 17 minutes. Yeah, then I only had 3 minutes. So I'd done 70 minutes in total, a little break at 8 minutes. Not a break, but just look at the clock. Anyway, that's good though for a first attempt, for me, anyway. That's good enough for me. It was good enough for me. Afterwards, I thought, yeah, I did feel better. This morning, I felt a little bit more calm. I wasn't, leaving the house at fucking 5:30 in the morning and don't even start work till late. I only walk across the road, charging around with 10 things to do. Just creating, stuff for myself. When my brain's going too fast for my body. And my brain's taking my body along. Body don't know what's going on. Bless it. Don't. Painful. It's not painful as in negative, it's just painful as in tiring. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, if you want to know why you took drugs, just stop. Or watch this video, that'll help you. That'll give you you might even have to stop. Just watch this. Just watch my last few videos, just see why you're taking drugs. Oh, don't. Anyway, I did feel like I was a little bit calmer. There was just something about the way I was driving the bike. It was a little bit slower. There's something. I couldn't put my finger on it, but it was something. I wasn't so angsty, if you know what I mean. That's the only thing I can say. Angsty. I wasn't so angsty. I was a bit more. Things weren't so raw, so like that. They were more like that. Yeah. So that's that. So I went to work. Fuck me, I could go on and on about it today at work. It's just another. I know we're all going to sum it up as people not doing what you want, and you've got no power over it, and it's out of your control, and the serenity prayer and blah blah blah. But it's wearing a little bit thin. It's just something else every fucking day, and it's like they've got no regard for the fact that it's actually costing me money. It's costing them money too, but to be quite fair, I'm not interested if it's costing them money. It's their mistake. If it's my mistake, then obviously I've got to fix it. But it's just one thing after another. So I know it sounds a bit, ungrateful, doesn't it? Oh dear. But I'm not here to impress you. This video is not about impressing you with my level of acceptance. It's not. It's about connecting with the fucking reality and getting some help on it and look and help getting someone look at it and look at it from a different direction, which I've done because I looked at it and I thought, well, I'm powerless. In the end, I thought I'm powerless over it. I got a bit furious at different times during the day, but I didn't act out. I just sort of resigned myself to the fact that that's how it is and there's nothing I can do about it, and I just carried on. But I did need to share it and to look at it and realise that I'm frightened. It's a fear of money. That's what it is. Fears for me is three things: losing something I've got, not getting something I want, or money. And this one was money. Has been for a little while. Anyway, so I carried on, and it was a semi-successful day. It would have been totally successful, but they made a mistake again. So what can you do? I'll just go in tomorrow and just plough on. They are rectifying the mistakes as we go along, but here I go again. What should have happened? It didn't happen. No point going on about it. Right. So when I come home this afternoon, now obviously he said, do the meditation twice a day. Once in the morning, not when you first wake up because you'll fall back to sleep, and not when you've had a coffee because it'll be very, very difficult to stay still. In between waking up and having a coffee. So, but that's not what I did this morning. I had a coffee first. Now I'm fucking jangled and I can't fucking sit still to save my life. Hence I'm looking at the clock through the corner of one eye and the other eye before it's finished. But in the afternoon, I managed to do 19 minutes before I looked at the clock. So I was a minute away from being successful as far as the 20 minutes is concerned. And what has come out of that? Absolutely nothing at all. Got to tell the truth. Nothing. But he said to me, you do it for 90 days. 90 days, twice a day, habitually. He said, and you will gain insights. He said, they might just be small, but they might be whatever. He said, but you will gain insights, awareness, and you'll gain insights regarding that awareness. Or awareness of those insights. whichever one. You know, I mean, the miracle is, right, is that, you know, I'm a few days away from being a month sober, right, and clean, and, you know, I'm on step 67. I've gone back to 67, by the way. I could have marched on through 8 and 9, but I just didn't feel that I'd properly looked at 67. So that was after a chat with my sponsor. I decided that I actually probably haven't done it thoroughly. I'm not actually ready for God to remove those shortcomings, because, and the way I know wasn't really ready is because I was just still acting the same way. Only small little things, but still, it was enough for me to see, actually, mate, you probably didn't ask in earnestness. You probably didn't ask in all sincerity. And I'm not saying I expected them all to go and I'm supposed to be a fucking guru, but I'm not even making an effort in certain areas. And that's the truth, no point lying. And I need to make an effort, at least try. You know, I'm not saying I'm expecting success, 100% victory immediately, because I'm not. But I am expecting of myself to try, at least, and I wasn't. So I've gone back to those steps. So 3.5 weeks clean, a few days away from being a month, and I'm on step 7, 67, and I'm doing meditation. Now, and I'm working. And blah, 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 you know, and it's stressful at work, and there's no money, and all the rest of it. So, you know, I'm doing good. I'm not, you know, going to go too far into that. But, you know, it's like, in the meeting tonight, it's all about resentments. They asked me to pick a topic, and I picked resentments, because that's where I've been all week, all this week and all last week. Sitting in resentments, people not doing what I want them to do. Don't they know who I am? Don't they know who I think I am? And the answer is no, they don't, and they don't care. You know, me waiting around for them to change in order for me to be all right. Fucking hell, that could take forever, couldn't it? That's the problem with that, isn't it? It really could. I can see it. It probably will never happen. So I've got to change my attitude, haven't I? And don't get me wrong, this is not a sermon. I'm just sharing what's going on, you know. So, yeah, day 2 of meditation. Week 3 and a week into my, you know, a few days away now from being a month. Clean and sober. I'm doing 10 meetings a week. I'm working this stuff, sharing with my sponsor, sharing with my sister, sharing with, you know, I've got, you know, I'm having a fucking go, mate. Yeah, not trying to do it all at once, but I have to throw the same determination into this recovery as I did my drinking and taking drugs. Because as you've probably gathered by now, you know, you know, it's up there, isn't it? Let's be fair. I'm as mad as everyone else. Let's leave it as that. I'm not any worse or any better. But, you know, I do need to put as much effort into this as I did to evading reality. I need to embrace reality as much as I used to evade it. If I don't do that, then, you know, the darkness will overcome me again. That's been my experience, and I shall end up back on the fucking shit heap of life. And I don't want to be there anymore. I don't. So in lovingness to myself, I am doing the meditation, trying my best. I am going to meetings, sharing the truth as best as I can, as much as I see it at the moment. And I am making an effort, and I am trying to accept what's going on, and I am sharing it and everything else. I'm doing everything I can do. It's because of that I've got no position to drink or take drugs. That's what it says it will do. If I do this, this, and this, you will not have a battle with drinking drugs. And I haven't, so it's worked, just for today. I hope you will. If you're not, tell someone else, because I can't help you. Sorry. See you later.